side. This is the Anioma issue. Let us get Anioma first. So now the issue has always been distinguished has not spoken to, have not come to talk to our people and all that and all that. I know there is politics, but distinguished, there's a whole lot at stake. I understand the politics that is at stake. I've been in politics, so I know what happens. So, but you have to do more. Let me put it that way. You have to do more by trying to reach out to these people, no matter what. Yes, I know when you went to NNU, but the question is, are these people still saying you have not come? So I don't know how you're going to play the politics, but I understand that you play politics more than me.
A very simple answer.
Yes, sir.
This journey started about 7-something years ago by our leaders.
Yes.
Osadebe, Dennis, and others.
Yes.
They grew up knowing about the struggle for Anioma State.
Yes.
They began to struggle for Anioma State even before Midwest was created. Then eventually Midwest transmitted into Ben. This journey began so many years ago, as I said. I didn't start it. Anioma State is in the lip of everybody. We all know the essence of the struggle for freedom, for self-determination. We all know. So why do I need to go from door to door to convince you that I want to carry your struggle to the finishing line?
Yeah.
Is that what you want me to do? But you know that I had some interactive. In Ndokwa Nation. Look, and I had to recruit many people to provide further enlightenment of what we're doing. Look, so anybody who tells you that I have not consulted enough is just being mischievous and dishonest, because this is not Nwoko's project.
Sure.
This is it's a race. It's like a race. It's like in a 400-meter race, or 200 meters race. Somebody starts and somebody finishes. So talking about not enough consultation. So if you are not in the stadium to watch the final leg, who do you blame? Tell me. Or if you're not chosen to be the
Absolutely. My point is that this is so very, very important to us. The Anioma State is very important to us. So whatever it takes, I know you have done a whole lot. But like you said, you are the finishing line. Destiny has bestowed upon you to be at this finishing line. And that person that starts putting a whole lot of effort, and also even the people that are in between, they may not put much, but they are also very much important. But you see the last person, it takes a whole lot.
You are important. This is a collective effort. That's why I'm saying to you, if anybody is still in doubt as to what we are doing, let them wait for the referendum. They have the opportunity.
Distinguish. That is why we are here.
I think you should wrap up so that the senator can have another question. Thank you. I know you want to engage, but
please, okay. Unless the question is from Southeast, because I've not really had much interaction.
Yeah, please, we want to entertain another Southeast question, please. Thank you.
Yes, I'll do that.
Thank you, Pedro.
Are you Southeast?
Yes, thank you. Thank you, distinguished sir.
Yeah, I'm Southeast, but I just wanted to make a statement. It's not a question, though, if I'll be allowed.
Sorry, What's your name,
I'm
Southeast?
Dr. Tony. I'm from Aguleri.
Nakedu.
Odima. Oh.
Yeah, Makandu Muleri.
Wadima.
No more fight.
Yes. Your Excellency, I just want to make yes.
Tony, would you want Aguleri Umuleri to be part of Anioma?
I would. You are brothers. We're the same blood.
Okay. Well, so you've answered my question. Then no need asking anymore. Get my number and let's talk about this because that is what is happening now. Some of your people from that axis of Anambra State and some from
Yes.
Imo, they want to be part of what we are doing. So we're beginning to look at the
Sure.
possibilities. Okay?
How do I get your number?
I will make it
Give you.
available. I'll make it
Excuse
available
me,
for you.
Dr. Tony, you can reach out to me for that.
All
Thank you,
right.
because we don't want to call numbers
All
on
right,
space.
no problem at all. So I just wanted to make a very quick
Oh,
statement, just for like a less than 1 minute. Excellency, history will be very kind to you. This is something a lot of our leaders in the interland didn't do, and so we know that when destiny comes, what you're doing is destiny, and we're very very happy for. We're proud of you, and history will be very kind when the Igbo people are talked about. You'll be talked about very very well. I just wanted to say very quickly, Anioma is Igbo. If your ancestors or you live in Anioma land and you claim you're Benin or you claim you're from any other tribe and you don't know your history, please go read it. Go learn your history very well. That doesn't change the identity of the people.
Tony,
Yes.
let me tell you, Tony, we're not
Yeah.
from Benin. Tony, I lived in Benin for a year and a
Yes.
half. Before I went to England, I ran an college of education crash. Nothing whatsoever. But I also know that a lot. I mean, the history of our people, most of them, there's this known man they call Ezechima that moved from Arochukwu all the way to Benin. He was a native doctor. He lived there happily with the people, and something went wrong, and then they began to migrate back to our area, to Agbo, to Iseluku, to Asaba, and settled along the banks of the Niger.
Hello.
So that's what some people confuse when they say that we are from Benin. Yeah, they came from Benin, but we are not from Benin. We are Igbos.
Exactly.
There's no Anioma son or daughter who doesn't have an Igbo name. None. Not one person. It would be a difficult task for you to go to Iseluku or go to Abo or go to Ndokwa and look for a person, a man or a child or a woman who doesn't have an Igbo name. And I ask you, was there ever an Igbo conquest? Was there ever an Igbo empire? You heard of Benin Empire, you heard of Oyo Empire, you heard of Kanem Bonu Empire, British Empire. There was never any Igbo empire moved to conquer a number of Delta North now. But how did we get into the Igbonization of everything that we do? Our culture, our tradition, our language, our food. How? It's because we're Igbos. We're Igbos. Water must find this level. All we just need is this
Exactly.
integration. What we just need is this integration into the Igbo fold. And then the issue of identity crisis will be gone forever.
Okay.
That's what I'm trying to
Exactly.
achieve.
Exactly, Your Excellency. Thank you very much. And just rounding up, I would say again, right? We are very, very happy with what you're doing. We know the history of that land, and it's purely an Igbo land. And I would say it very, very clearly here for those who are against it and those who are fighting. Anioma is not a Bini land. Anioma is not Yoruba land. Anioma is not Iga land. Anioma is 100% purely an Igbo land. We
Fantastic.
know that the Anomas fought alongside with us during the Civil War. They shared their blood. It is the ultimate prize that you can share, or the ultimate price that you can pay, right? It's your blood, and they fought alongside with us, right, protecting us. And even before Nigeria became a country, right, when there were times when they were attacked, they would call their brothers from Arochukwu and from the interland.
That's
Sorry, good
correct.
evening.
We've always been
Yeah.
Sorry.
get great.
please
Can
do
you wait,
not
please?
interrupt.
Yes.
Okay.
So,
Dr. Tony, thank you.
rounding up very quickly. I just wanted to also say that our people be very wary of people who are against our plans pushing for Ada state. We know that there are the genuine calls for Ada state, But we know that majority of the people pushing for it online on Twitter are people that are against us. You can go and check their history of their tweets. So do not fall for it. We're going to speak with one voice. We're going to speak with one blood. And during the referendum, we're going to support our brothers. Thank you very much. Thank you, Senator.
Thank you, distinguished Senator. We are very grateful for the opportunity to have this conversation. Edeline, do you want to have anything to say to the Senator, please?
Yes,
I'll
sir.
give you one last opportunity. Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you so much, sir, for all the work you're doing. Really, really appreciate this. I wanted to just maybe ask the question, if you can take one more question, just around the Edo State, the ICA in Edo State situation. I don't know if there's any updates you can give us. Will we be part of the referendum that is being planned? Did you hear me, host?
Hello, sir. Are you hearing her?
Hello, sir.
I think it's a glitch from
I
the end
think
of the
he's
senator.
trying to talk. Right, just
Okay, distinguished. I
okay.
don't.
I think the
Okay.
distinguished is having a glitch. I think he's having a glitch. Let us continue with the conversation amongst ourselves. While we do that, I would like to recognize the presence of Madam Gloria, Honorable Gloria, and I would like to give you the floor to talk to us. God bless you. Thank you for joining. Honorable Gloria. Honorable Gloria. Juliet, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can
Okay,
hear you as
I
well.
think
Yeah, so it's
she's having a challenge. It's been one whole big
Okay,
glitch today.
let me. You know she's not in Nigeria currently. Let me just send her a
Yeah, I think
message.
she's in the US at the moment. Okay. So I would open the space for speakers to come in and make their contributions. I'd open the space for speakers to come in and if you're happy to go next, fine. If you're happy to say something, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so I think
Hello.
we need to call people to speak. Hold on one second, Justin. We need to call people to speak. So, host, do you want to do that? Like, call. Otherwise, everybody will be coming off their mic.
Oh,
No,
okay.
Nze is
You
going
what
next.
your
Okay.
I was asking what. Okay, Justin, do you want to speak?
Yes, I do.
Yes, hello.
Okay, you can
Okay,
continue.
good evening, everyone. My name is Justin Okpo. I'm going to speak from the background of actually where I'm from and my little experience on my history. Content about the Anioma state creation. But I really want to get people to know the background of which they come from. You know, particularly where I come from, which is Umwebu Obiaruku area, which is in Okwani local government. It's a border town or border local government between the Delta North, which is Anioma, and the Delta Central, which is the Urhobo. So over the years, while we had this challenge of trying to run away from the tag given to us as Igbos, we had to intermarry and try to hide ourselves. I remember as well that my grandparents who because I was born around the period the Nigerian Civil War period, and I remember my grandparents who were actually lived out of that vicinity had to run back to Obiaruku where for save heaven. Unfortunately, you know, there was this idea that everyone in Obiaruku should now begin to claim that they are not Igbo. In fact, in the course of those actions, during the war, we had opportunity whereby the federal troops came and bombed Obiaruku. Even one of our main political figures' house was bombed then, and so everyone started to run back into the interlands, which is Umuebu. So it's become very, very worrisome, whereby most of us who are from that area try to deny our Igbo-ness, which is not right. But I would say to us, what is important here is not
it's not as for us to now want to deny our Igbo-ness. It's just for us to integrate back with our people, because it's obvious that we are all Igbos and we have everything in common with them. What is important, well, we have to we have to we have to understand. If you can hear me, can you hear me?
Yeah,
Yes, we
we
can
can
Hello?
hear
hear
you.
you.
Okay.
Yes, we can
So
hear you.
what is important here is that we have to really understand that we moved away from the identity issue crisis that's been been actually been discussed, and arguments all over the place. We should think about what it will pay us if we join our brothers back in the southeast. For instance, I like to understand that Anioma State is the gateway into the southeast region, which invariably should translate into something much more beneficial to us. And there are some major merits about we being the gateway to the southeast region. And as well, we will. I would also like to understand again that Anioma State has in common the social that takes place in Anioma is done partially um, through the trade relationship between Onitsha and Anioma people. So I also like to also note as well that that the gas and electricity supply are major benefits to the mainstream economy of the southeast region, which should also be looked at and be supported. I also like to understand and know that the fact that Anioma is a gateway entrance in by air, land, and sea into for citizens and investors and tourists to be able to translate into some regional income generation and regional integration with an improved transportation and manufacturing and agro-allied product processing within the Anioma region will help us to really be happy that we're there. Then another one again that I want us to note again is basically
Justin, you
Please be
you need to
the
rounding
wrap
up.
up. Yeah.
You need to round up, please. Thank you. You can write the rest to us on tweets.
okay, thank you very much.
Okay. Chidelity, you've been raising your hands. Can you take up the mic? Chidelity.
Yeah, good evening, my brother. Good evening. Can you hear me?
Good evening too. Yeah, we can hear you.
Is Senator still around? Because I cannot see him here.
No, the senator is not around. We are
I
just
think they had a
discussing.
glitch.
Do you have anything to say?
Yes, I wanted to ask him a question, but since he's not around, but I just wanted to ask him because creation of state is one thing, and sharing of the resources of that state is another thing. I just wanted to ask him what they are putting in place to avoid a communal clash. When the state is created, just like what we're having in Benue State and some other states, where after the creation of states, you will still have some parts of other states, because we are together before, they will start drawing. So that after the Anioma state is created, which is going to be created by the grace of God, they will not have a communal, clashes, with other states they came out from. So that's just what I wanted to ask him.
Can I take that question?
Okay,
Please let me ask you, where are you from, please?
I'm from Abia State.
Okay, so there is no question of communal clash
Okay.
because Anema people know their territory. Our territories are very clear. Remember, we have our villages and we have our communities, right? So the communities of Ika people, they know their communities. Undokwa have their communities. So these boundary adjustments will take into account all of these concerns that you're raising. There's no question of, oh, somebody's going to somebody else's land. No, the Anima people own their land, their ancestral lands. Those are their ancestral lands. So nobody's coming from nowhere to come and claim somebody else's land, right? So the only areas where you might, maybe there might be a little bit of um, negotiation will be areas around the boundaries. So, for example, what I'm aware of is Isoko people during the. Please, if you can help me mute whilst I'm speaking, because there's a noise in the background. Yeah. So, for example, in Isoko, they have boundary communities with the Ukwanis, and they made a representation during the public hearing to request. And I want to state this to request, so people don't misunderstand what I'm trying to say. They requested to be included for those communities at the boundaries to be included in Anioma State on the condition that they have their own local governments. And that was the proposal or memorandum that they had submitted for the consideration by the Constitutional Review, right? So those things, those issues around those boundaries are things that will be addressed by the government based on representation or based on how it's supposed to be. Oh, well, of course, the referendum that they're going to do will also take into account all of those concerns around the boundary areas. But in terms of,
And Aline,
sorry, go ahead.
and Aline,
Yes,
there's a committee sitting on it right now.
fantastic. So there's no
Yes, there's a
question.
committee
Mhm.
in the National Assembly, joint committee of Senate and the House of Reps, sitting on boundary adjustment.
Good.
And Senator NedMedia is part of that. I know a few senators that are part of that committee. So they are doing justice to where it will cut across and
Yes.
what will happen, how they will share the resources in any of this land. So there's not
Yes.
going to be issue on it.
Exactly. And just to be very clear, Anioma is a state that we don't have communal clashes with neighbors. We don't have a history of that, right? So, and everybody knows what their territories are. But like my brother has said, for those boundary areas, there are specific provisions for boundary adjustment which the government will take into account. So no one will feel any marginalization or any issues with regards to boundaries. But we all know where our land is. Yeah, so there's nothing like somebody's taking somebody's land. Yeah.
In addition to that, I would like to say that can we count one before we count two? Like, can we buy the car before we talk about what we're gonna do if
Correct.
it has an accident? Why are you driving me my car like this? I mean, that's on the
Exactly.
lighter note, but I do think that way as well. But very valid question and very apt answer. Thank you. So can we move to the next speaker? Because I have a whole lot to talk about on what Anyoma State Creation brings to the table for the Southeast, which is the core of this space. So, but I'd like to move the mic to the next person first before I.
Hello,
Also,
everyone.
Deputy Jesus, do you also want to speak so that I will know if you are going to go next after Pedro?
My name is Deputy. I'm going to deputize the senator. Any question you want to ask, throw it to me. I can answer
Nsogbu adịla nwanne m.
And
it.
Nze, anyone that has spoken, because we have a long queue, if you don't mind, please drop so that
Okay,
somebody else can come in. Yeah.
okay. I think after Wadiarama, then
Y-
um,
Please,
Juliet, do you
please
want to speak?
please do not drop Pedro, for obvious reasons.
Oh,
Thank you,
yes,
because
yes.
he's that person that
Excuse me,
is not
please,
a
please.
fan of.
I,
Sorry.
excuse, sorry. You mentioned Edeline was making a very important point on the boundary adjustments and the map to be. See, that's a very important topic as it stands now. In fact, that is the stage we are now on. I don't know if is Kingsley here, Ibwezwe. We had a meeting this afternoon, and that was a very important topic. So, if we have any
They
opinion
went
on
for
that,
other occasions. He and Almighty went for other occasions, but me, I'm in Abuja. That's why I'm available. I wasn't.
okay,
I'm not in the southeast, so
okay,
I think they are much busy. Yeah.
we had that meeting this afternoon with Chief Odogu, the director for the committee from the
Oh,
office of Senator Nwoko. So it's a very important document. Please let's not sideline it. If you have any opinion, any view on boundary adjustments, the towns you think should be included, as proposed in the new Anioma map, we should, even the bankers, I don't know if
I
you have
think
any of the bankers here as
I
well.
think anybody that has opinion on that one now can also drop comments. But at least let's the people that have
Ibwezwe is here. Chief Ibwezwe is
okay.
here. I think he
One day
but he's
around
still
ma,
on the listening on the floor.
you can continue.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. Hope everyone can hear me, right?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. This issue of Anioma State is kind of a very important issue. This is why we are. This is why we all come together to talk about it in this space. So I want to talk about this Anioma State and also give some reference to the other states that some of our people are arguing about. Every single state that are currently in the southeast have kind of a
Please,
niche.
before you continue, I actually want us to only talk about Anioma State. I feel like other state is actually a distraction, so we should
Okay,
focus on Anioma for now.
okay. Thank you.
Yeah,
Every
and keep your
every
submission. Keep your submission to 2 minutes, please. Yeah, because I have a long
uh,
queue. Go
uh,
ahead.
every current state in the southeast have a kind of a niche or something that they are known for. Example, Anambra State is known for commerce and business based on having, market, Nnewi and Onitsha market. Then Imo State, mainly with entertainment, Enugu and all that. Anioma itself, Anioma State should position itself because normally every I believe that every normal process, every unification process has been commenced and everyone knows that Anioma is Igbo, both in Anioma and in the Southeast. And then we should talk about what specialty that something that kind of a space that Anioma have to fill in, which is a kind of a like what benefit Anioma will give to the Southeast, or what specialty will Anioma be known for. You know, then there are a lot of industries like movie industries and aside oil and gas, which will benefit Anoma people, will benefit Anoma State as a whole. But aside that, there are a lot of industries that that like the movie industries and everything that can help filling that void or something like that that Anoma is known for. But aside that, I want to lay down the benefits. I want to talk about the benefits that Anoma will give the Southeast, so that every one of us that are Igbos, both in the Southeast or otherwise, can know, can queue in and join us. And then they can also know the importance of Anoma State to the Southeast. Firstly, that Anoma would increase the landmass of the Southeast, and also create a connection. Someone said it before that Anioma is a gateway to the southeast. So Anioma is so important. That's why even I, that is from Anambra State,
I
is talking
think
about Anioma.
your these 2 minutes.
Yeah,
Can
two
you
minutes
round
is
up?
up.
All right, all right. Okay. Then aside that, Anioma itself is very rich in culture. So I think that Anioma State will benefit a lot from Southeast. So that I want every one of us to be part of it, so that so that Anioma will actually
Darling,
become a reality. You get? Thank you.